Welcome to our review of the 2014 Volkswagen Golf GT 2-litre TDI. Is it still the leader of its class? Let's go and find out.
So it's a 4-cylinder 2-litre TDI turbo diesel injection producing about 150 brake horsepower. This is the GT, so it averages about 58 miles per gallon. Exterior of the Volkswagen. This exterior, since it's the new car, so it has lots of tight bolts like here, so it has more aggressive and stealthy look towards it. It's finished in a navy blue, but it's very hard to see under the naked eye. You have to have the sunlight to see. The mirrors they're just made with like aerodynamics in mind. They just gave it a very sharp and aggressive look. However, this car you wouldn't say is as stylish as an A-Class, the brand new A-Class, or the brand new Audi A3. There's some styling differences. I would prefer this over an A-Class, but most people wouldn't. To the front of the car, we have a little safety feature produced by Volkswagen, where if you look down here into the lower grille, there's like a cut, and then there's like a flat pad. That is, if you're moving at a speed of about 15 miles an hour and something comes into the road, blocking your path, it will apply the brakes automatically. Plus, if you're driving at much higher speeds, if there's a car slowing down really quickly and you have not noticed, it will automatically apply the brakes for you. So we're here at the back of the Golf. To simply open the boot, just push down on the badge, lift it up. So here we have a pretty big boot for an average family hatchback. We have two side pockets here, so you can store any items. You have hooks here if you want to strap anything down, and a 12-volt power outlet to charge anything. So under here we have a space saver wheel with tools, so you can change it easier. The special feature of the boot of the Golf is where you can adjust this boot floor here, where you lift it up, layer it on top, and just slide it in. The advantage of this is that it has a lower boot lip, but the disadvantage, you have less litres of space. Come to the front of the interior of the car. The center console is lined with a piano black finish and a digital DAB radio.
So just to turn it on from here. So this radio is touchscreen with most new Volkswagens, and it comes with the navigation, simple navigation system, traffic system. So it basically opens the maps and say where there's heavy and light traffic. Your car, you can adjust the car settings towards it. So as I'm on the car setting now, I press setup, and it loads me to all of these options where I can adjust it. And phone, you can Bluetooth connect to your car, to your phone, so you can do phone calls and then voice control. As you move further down, we have your air conditioning control. Further down, we have a 6-speed double clutch automatic gearbox. You could adjust the mode while you're moving in the car. It will tighten shift response and throttle response. This is your start stop off button. If you keep it on, if you hold the brakes down, it will cut off the engine, a traffic light system or anything, and if you release your brake, it'll turn the engine back on. It's mostly used for saving fuel. If you press this button, you turn that off. You have your auto hold button, where if you're on a hill, instead of having to always use the brakes, you'll just activate the handbrake automatically and hold the car into place. Here, if you push down, you have a pretty big cubby compartment where I could store about 3 phones in there, and it has a media input socket. A special feature inside the Golf, it has many cubby holes, so we're going to go through them now. So in the back of the Golf, it's pretty comfortable. It's easy to get in. The seats are padded and they're lined with Alcantara. The legroom's pretty good. The headroom's really good. You have aeroplane style little like sacks in the back of the seat, so you could store like papers, little items and stuff. So you have little air vents for the air conditioning for recirculation. Now here, if you pull this little strap, you have cup holders. So if you want to adjust them to the size of your drink, you just pull them out. They look like this, and then just set them in the position. You can make one smaller or one bigger depending on the size of your drink. Right, if you pull this little flap here, this leads to a ski hatch, so you could store skis or longer items through the boot into the rear seats if no one's sitting here. So we move into the middle. Unfortunately, there's this massive hump for the double clutch gearbox, so it's pretty hard to get maneuvered. So this can pretty well hold a child or an adult, so pretty easily, and there's good amount of legroom, good amount of headroom, even though it's slightly raised. Come down into here. So here is much harder for me to get in since I'm 1m57 and the man behind the camera is 5'10", so we adjusted the seat to him, but I still have pretty good legroom, pretty good headroom. So yeah, this is the back of the Volkswagen. So to conclude, the Volkswagen Golf GT has a high quality interior, pretty efficient diesel and petrol engines, and is really well made. However, the car has dull styling, it's not the best handling car, and most of its rivals have a more desirable badge, like the Mercedes A-Class, which is better looking, has a wide variety of engines, a lot of innovative technology. Also, the difference in price is only a whopping £60, specifically the Mercedes A200D AMG line, which is well worth it. However, it has a smaller boot, a firmer ride on the sport models, and a lot of expensive options. So we compared the Golf to its class. For performance, a 4 out of 5 due to the fact it can be an average shopping car to a fire-breathing hot hatch. For practicality, a 4 out of 5 due to it having large space in the cabin and the boot, which is a strong feature for a family hatchback. For running costs, a 4 out of 5 due to it having a combined MPG of a claimed 61.4 miles per gallon. For comfort, a 4 out of 5 due to it having large amount of cabin space, also suspension which allows a comfortable ride. Safety, 4 out of 5 due to it having a 5-star NCAP rating but not having much options on accident prevention. Thank you for watching our video on the review of the 2014 Volkswagen Golf. I hope you enjoyed. Please like